Finally, Reggie Wright Jr. admits to lying about Yaasmyn Fula being fired by Tupac and also attempts to apologize after I exposed him in my video in which Yaasmyn Fula actually sent the facts to Reggie Wright Jr.'s company at the direction of Tupac Shakur firing him and his security company. Also, Reggie Wright Jr. also took Yaasmyn Fula's son, Yaki Gaddafi, down to the police station after Tupac was shot to testify to the police without Yaasmin's permission. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Black chat. Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Black chat. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, and most importantly, like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and hit that bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. What we have today is an unprecedented an attempt and an apology for lying on someone. Reggie Wright Jr. In this video right here, based on the video that I created, that I released the other day in reference to somebody playing both sides of the fence. You might want to go to my channel and check that out if you haven't already, or get it out there to a friend or two and let them. Basically, when I exposed Reggie Wright Jr. in this video for lying, he then came back and he had to apologize to Yaasmyn Fula, Tupac's godmother. She was the person who was in charge of Tupac's company, Euthanasia. She was the individual who sent the facts to Reggie Wright Jr., firing him at the direction of Tupac on August 27th, 1996, in which Reggie Wright claims that he never got the facts. He's lying about that also. The fact of the matter is when you have to lie about something that you can easily tell the truth about, then you know the character of that person, right? Like I said, these are unsolicited lies that you don't have to lie about, you know. So Reggie goes in to say that basically he's now talking to Yaasmyn, or trying to talk to the young man who Yaasmyn respected enough to allow to release the facts. He's now talking to them, and they're going to come on his channel, right, which we have not confirmed, and she's going to clear this up. Clear what up? Listen, this is how narcissists talk, man. Reggie Wright is a narcissist. Check this out. She's going to come on his channel to clear this up. Clear what up? The fact that you lied on her? These statements and this information actually defies logic. Reggie Wright went on his channel. Listen, and I'm going to show you how he tries to, once he gets caught in a lie, how he tries to cover the lie up with another lie, or the insinuation of a lie, right? Check this out. So basically, he goes on to his channel and says that Tupac fired Yaasmyn Fula. You know, he fired Yaasmyn. Yaasmyn was the person that sent the facts. How would she have it if she was fired? That's the 27th, right? Come on, y'all. The 27th. The 27th, right, of August, 1996. So when was she fired? She wasn't fired. He lied. You know why he lied? Reggie Wright lied because he knew that he had got that fax. And he was bitter about the fact that she sent it because he knew who sent it. He knew who was in charge of Euthanasia. You get it? So now, what would make you even mention Yaasmin's name? And the fact that you lied about the fact that she was fired. It was the fact that you got that fax on the 27th. You got it. And see, you keep talking and you keep exposing yourself and keep revealing to the world that you're a liar. You're a habitual liar. Know how I know? Check this out now. He said that, oh no, I didn't say she was fired. I just said she wasn't around. Listen to this, y'all. And then immediately after that, he says, I know she was at the hospital with a Feeny, consoling her. Hold on. I thought you said she wasn't around. That's one of the most important places that you could possibly be, is at the hospital consoling a Feeny after her godson has been shot and was not protected by the security company that Reggie Wright Jr. was a head of. You get it? See, when you put this all together, the truth is so much more reliable than these lies, because the lies will be exposed as they're being exposed right now. So you said she was fired, and then you come back once the facts is released that you were fired, factually proven that you were fired. Then Reggie Wright would attempt to offer up, well, I don't know if it's true or if it's not true, but it appears to be factual, but I didn't get it anyway. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Yes, because you got it. That's why you mentioned Yaasmyn's name about her being fired, because you knew that you were. We call that deflecting. Right? You know what that is. That's somebody trying to deflect what happened to them onto you so that you don't really focus on what's going on with them. And who's Yaasmyn? No. Reggie Wright Jr. Now, once again, Reggie Wright still has not dealt with the fact that it was his security company. And then on top of that, he had the audacity to say that in this video right here, that he wasn't loyal to Tupac. He didn't have to be loyal to Tupac. Look at the video, y'all, if you don't believe me. His loyalty was to Suge Knight and Death Row. Why would he say that? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Suge just got his movie rights. He's working on a movie coming out. Shout out to Suge Knight, man. Like I said, Suge's legacy is his legacy. He doesn't need Reggie Wright Jr. to defend his legacy. Suge played his role, and like I said, he is who he is. He's a legendary figure in the music industry, period. Yeah, Reggie Wright, you were the head of security, the failed security company that actually allowed Tupac and Suge Knight to be shot in Vegas on September 7th, 1996. Your negligence and your pettiness, right? Because you got that fax, you knew. And then he wanted to claim that, oh, I didn't get the facts, and my security company people were in New York with Tupac, right? Oh, my security company people, they was in Vegas with Tupac. That's not true. The only person that was on Tupac was Frank Alexander, and we know why he was on Frank, because Tupac said that he was going to take Frank with him when he was going to leave Death Row. Reggie Wright forgot about that argument. He said he wanted to debate me. If this was the actual debate that we were having, you've lost 3 times over. You understand? And so, once again, being negligent, being a liar, being a narcissist, having to apologize to a grown woman who you really didn't know, Tupac's godmother, and lying on her, actually taking her son down to the police station so that he could testify, or to the police so that he can testify, right? Without her permission, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought not open your mouth about nobody and talk about nobody else's business. Snoop, Daz, DJ Quick, myself, anybody else. Oh, yeah. And I seen that video Vlad did with Damon Thomas. Yeah. Damon said that he went down to Lompoc to see Suge. You claim that y'all met at the Four Seasons. Which one is true? Which one is true? So you mad because Damon didn't include your name in there, right? Suge paid him $100,000 from jail, Damon claimed. He didn't seem like he was lying to me. He seemed like he was pretty much credible. See, he's the creative source behind all of this. And you call that man all kinds of names with no proof. Wow. When you stoop to a new low that are lows beyond low, there's really no coming up from that. Like I said, back to Yaasmyn and the situation involving that. You got to own up to it, Mr. Wright. The fact that you failed Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight in Las Vegas. Your security company, it was a dismal failure. It was negligent. You did not appropriately and professionally do your job. That is a fact. That is a fact. So much so that, Suge Knight has spoke on it, saying how much money he had paid, you guys to do security. He paid you a lot of money is what he said, right? So let's stop acting like that was not a problem. Let's stop acting like, you were loyal to Suge and Death Row. If that were the case, Tupac was in the car with Suge Knight, and neither of them would have gotten shot if you were loyal to Suge or Death Row. It is that simple. So, once again, Reggie Wright apologizes or attempts to apologize to Yaasmyn Fula after lying on her and lying about her and taking her son to the police to testify as to who he saw shoot Tupac Shakur. That was a very dangerous move at that particular time. You know what I mean? And so when you think about the big picture involving this situation, it only, exposes Reggie Wright for more of the individual that we thought that he was and not the person that he's trying to appear to be to us. Like I said before, I never mentioned Reggie Wright's name a day in my life until he mentioned my name on his channel because he was jealous, mad, and angry that my videos started doing numbers, and the Art of Dialogue and myself, we had put out the video proving that Tupac wasn't signed to Death Row. The reason why he was mad because, once again, if that is true, then all of the lies that he's told over the years would be exposed, as they have been. Once again, you see now, look, me making the video about that facts has Reggie Wright now apologizing to Yaasmyn Fula. Think about it for a minute. I want you to really think about this. So, if Yaasmyn wouldn't have released that facts, proving that Tupac fired Reggie, would Reggie have apologized? Nope. He would have gone on and having the public believe, who probably didn't really know who Yaasmyn was until he opened his mouth and said it, that Yaasmyn Fula was fired by Tupac, when it basically was the other way around. So now you understand the motivation and why he would use her name. Because people didn't really know who Yaasmyn was. She was kind of behind the scenes. You get it? This is what he does. Creates these little shiny objects over here. Pay attention to this. Don't pay attention to the fact that my security company failed Suge and Tupac in Vegas. Don't pay attention to the fact that Tupac fired me on the same day he fired David Kenner because of my incompetence, right? There you have it. See, I bring this to you because it's important to know the history of Tupac Shakur factually. Not trying to overplay your hand, not trying to overstate or understate the truth, not trying to make yourself seem more involved in Death Row than you actually were. Another thing, and I'm going to leave you with this. Like I said, if there's going to be any charges brought up against anybody involved with the Tupac murder, I welcome justice. I welcome justice. But Reggie Wright went on his channel basically and said that, he made it appear as if he had information, inside information, right, regarding something that he showed us no proof of regarding Keefe D, right? By no ways or means am I speaking up for Keefe D. He already stated what he stated in the proffer agreement. He's already stated all of the things he stated. I don't need to take up for somebody who's admitted to their involvement and role in the murder of Tupac Shakur, right? But check this out. In Reggie Wright doing that, the story kind of, and what he was trying to go viral. He was trying to go viral. The story kind of went viral, right? But they didn't refer to him as the former guy who used to run Death Row. They didn't refer to him as the interim CEO, one-time interim CEO of Death Row Records. They referred to him as the former head of security. The former head of security of Death Row Records. The same security company, once again, and I'll say it again, that failed to protect Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight on September 7th, 1996. That is a fact. You got to live with that. And so with that, when you understand the totality of what this is, the video that I made involving that facts, involving the actual facts that I've presented to you, has compelled Reggie Wright to make this video right here apologizing to Yaasmyn Fula. No, I'm not claiming to be the one who discovered the facts, or I had it in a secret compartment in my house. No, that's something that Reggie would do. That ain't something that I would do. But I made the video because I knew about the information, just like the information involving Tupac signing the bail agreement and all of that. See, you would think that Reggie would know this information, but he doesn't want you to know the information, because if you know this information, you would know that he had the role, a small role, a minuscule role, a little teeny role in the 11 months that Tupac was on death row. He said it himself. Him and Tupac, they didn't smoke weed together. Of course not. And this, once again, if Tupac actually did fire Yaasmyn, who would tell Reggie? Because Tupac didn't deal with him like that, man. Tupac didn't really like polices like that, man. That's why he liked Frank so much, because Frank wasn't the police. Yeah. Tupac had trust issues with the police. You know that from the Oakland situation, right? Tupac didn't trust police at all. Not a good thing, not a bad thing. That was based on his experience with the police. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.